This student took it upon herself to promote the social sciences here at ANS. So let's take a closer look.
Hello ANS community, my name is WeiTing and I will be presenting to you about my senior capstone project, which is centered around promoting the social sciences at ANS. The two main core values that I applied in this project were global awareness and intellectual curiosity. I hope you enjoy my presentation. So the objective of my senior capstone project was to promote passion and appreciation for the social sciences. Even if you're somebody who is not necessarily interested in studying or working in something social science related, I still think it is so important for you to establish a good foundation in the social sciences, especially because the social sciences cover such a wide variety of areas of study and society. For example, economics, politics, law, and linguistics. These areas are really helpful to know about and can really enrich your life. So what inspired me to undertake this senior capstone project? Well, I noticed that actually at ANS, a lot of people are really interested in the social sciences, but they haven't really narrowed down their interest. In other words, the demand for mediums of exploration in the social sciences really is so far superior than the supply. So a lot of people feel that they can only learn about the social sciences through the classroom. But actually, I want people to know that there are many ways they can look into their passions and interests, such as projects and classes that are not just regular core classes or AP classes, but rather fun and interesting electives that are more suited to their personal needs. And the core values that I mainly practiced and applied, as I mentioned previously, were global awareness and intellectual curiosity. Global awareness because I'm expanding my horizons and learning more about my surroundings by delving into the social sciences, and also intellectual curiosity because I want to study something social science related. I am really interested in the social sciences and I was able to really delve into my intellectual passions and pursuits through this capstone project. Also, I learned many essential skills such as organization, critical thinking, research, and time management. My capstone project is a bit long and has many components. It's a little complex, so I had to learn how to manage everything correctly so that everything would come together very cohesively and I could have the best senior capstone project possible. So before actually carrying out my senior capstone project, I had to do a lot of meticulous research and preparation. A key component of this preparation was actually gathering data and performing quantitative analysis. I did this throughout the year, mainly through surveys that I conducted towards the ANS secondary student populace. So I made lots of surveys and mainly these were to see how high ANS student interest was in the social sciences and towards my capstone project. And as you can see from the statistics and data that I've displayed in the slides, there is very high interest in the ANS secondary student populace. In semester 2, I focused a lot of my data collection on whether students would be interested in specific classes. This was very important for the social science curriculum portion of my capstone, which I will discuss later on. And as you can see in the data, more than 75% of all the surveyed students for each category mentioned that they would love to have more social science classes, whether these are AP classes, regular elective classes, or classes in a specific area like languages or linguistics. Also, I supplemented my quantitative data with qualitative data that I received from person-to-person feedback with students and research that I saw from other very credible and scholarly sources. I'll give an overview of my capstone project plan. So initially my capstone was going to be interpersonal and then interpersonal. I was going to conduct social science research during first semester and then I was going to present this research second semester to the ANS community. However, due to circumstances I will explain later, I was unable to do this and I decided to make my capstone completely interpersonal. So I focused most of my efforts in two initiatives, which were: 1, social science curriculum reform. I was going to add more engaging and subject-specific classes to the social studies or social science department or curriculum. And then I was also going to establish a Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society for ANS students. Well, there were two main unfortunate circumstances that negatively affected the progression of my capstone. The first of these was the passing of my research mentor, an outside capstone mentor, Dr. Werner, and this was very sad for me because I'd already worked with him for a year and I'd already established a pretty good relationship with him. He was my mentor for capstone, but he was also really dedicated to ensuring my well-being and my growth as a person and scholar, so I was really sad when he passed away very suddenly in late November. Also, this disrupted my capstone because we had a lot of information in writing in his home, and that information, the primary sources, were not available anymore. So I had to postpone my research and I was unable to do that component. Now I'm going to try to finish that research, but on my own as a personal project. The second unfortunate event is still ongoing, and it's the COVID-19 global pandemic. And obviously nobody could have foreseen this, so there was nothing we could do about it, but it has forced me to reschedule a lot of the things I was going to do physically. We obviously have the social distance that is so important to flatten the curve, so I've moved all the events such as the Rho Kappa induction ceremony to August so that everything can be done efficiently and everyone can be safe. However, looking at the bright side of things, thankfully everything worked out despite the many unfortunate circumstances my project went through, and I worked a lot to do all of my components for my capstone. And just to summarize some of the many tasks I performed, for the research I analyzed primary sources and I communicated a lot with Dr. Werner when he was still alive, whether it was virtually or via physical visits. I also performed a lot of research and gathered student data to create my social science curriculum proposal. I proposed the inclusion of 2 new classes to the social science curriculum, and also I sort of organized and established everything for the Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society. ANS has a Rho Kappa society now, and it's already established. We just need to induct the members. So I did a lot for my senior capstone project, and the numbers show it. For example, in terms of documentation of all of my hard work and preparation, I have over 100 pages. This includes the written report, my process journal, and my annotated bibliography. I also have 2 products. One of these is a Rho Kappa guide for the establishment of the chapter and the induction of the members, which is going to take place in August. Also, I have my social science curriculum reform proposal where I talk about the course descriptions and general overviews for 2 new classes in the social sciences. These are an environmental science or environmental studies elective and an introductory Italian language course. Also, in terms of research with Dr. Werner, I analyzed more than 1,400 pages worth of primary source documents. So, what were some of the things that I accomplished through my senior capstone project? Well, even though my research was cut short with Dr. Werner, previously we'd done some research, and actually one of our papers was presented at an international conference in Mexico. Also, in terms of Rho Kappa, we're able to apply and actually get accepted for a chapter. I was able to establish the first Rho Kappa chapter in Nicaragua and in Central America. Also, in terms of my new social science courses, we were able to make the proposal, and even though I'm not going to be able to carry out the implementation of these classes, the Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society at ANS will be able to continue doing this and other social science related projects at ANS. In essence, my senior capstone project will have a great positive impact for the ANS community because it will provide students and members of the community with lots of opportunities to explore their own passions and interests. It will make them more prepared scholars, professionals, and citizens in the future, and it will also make them more knowledgeable about areas in the social sciences and about their surroundings. If you want to be involved in promoting the social sciences, well, I definitely encourage you to promote this senior capstone project however you can, especially through social media. But I also really encourage you to just explore these areas independently. There's so many resources online, such as books, movies, documentaries that you could look into. You could participate in projects with organizations or conduct your own personal research. And also, if you are going to be a junior or senior in the 2020 to 2021 school year, I definitely encourage you to apply for the Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society chapter. I think it will be a great opportunity, and by being part of this chapter, you're going to be able to engage in many fun and enriching social science related projects at ANS. So I hope you like my presentation, and I hope that you are able to open your mind to actually seeing the value of the social sciences.
In bringing to the forefront what social sciences have to offer, I encourage you to join Rho Kappa.